Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to create your first iOS application. So the first thing you will need to know is that we will have to get Xcode installed on our macOS. And in order to do this, we have two options, which the easiest way to do it is going to the App Store and typing Xcode. Then we will have the IDE right here and we will be good to install it. I already have it installed, so I just need to update it. The other way to do it is going to Google and typing, of course, Xcode. Go to the first link, we click it, then we go to the button right here, which is the download button, click Xcode, and it will be the same. It will take us to the App Store, of course. So now that we have it installed, we can go to the Xcode app. In my case, I was working on a project, so we can basically create a new project by clicking on the File tab. Then we're going to click New and select Projects. Then we will have a window like this, and we will select the app for iOS. So you click on Next. Then we will have this new window where we are going to put all our project information. In this case, it will be the Hello World project and the team. For the team section, if you don't have a developer account, I will suggest you to get one. It is for free. Of course, there's another way to have a subscription in case you want to publish your apps in the future. But if you don't have it, it's not a problem. In my case, I do have it right now. I would just choose it. Then we'll have the organization identifier, which is really important if you want to publish your apps. And it's basically a unique identifier for the App Store. And they normally start with com, dots, and then you can put your name, the business name that you're working with, or company name, or whatnot. Then, as you can see, it will be completed with the product name or the project name, of course. Then we will have two options of interfaces, which is the SwiftUI and Storyboard. In this case, we're going to be working with the Storyboard and with the Swift language. Of course, we have the Objective-C, but for this example, we're going to be using Swift. For storage, we're not going to be manipulating any data, so we will select None. Then we click on Next, and then we will have this new window where we're going to select where to store the projects. It will also ask you if you want to create a Git repository on your Mac, which is something that I highly recommend you because it will save you some time in the future. So then we click on create. So now that the project is created, we will have this screen right here, but we're not going to be moving anything from here. As you can see, we have the app delegate, scene delegate, view controller, the main storyboard, and any other files. So to get started, we'll go to the main storyboard. And as you can see, we have the view controller, which is the first or the initial view that we're going to see whenever we open the app. And in order to see and verify that this will be the initial view controller, we will click here on this button right here, and then go to the attributes inspector. If you don't have it open, you can open it by here. Go to this little icon, and we'll see if this box is checked on the is initial view controller. If it's not, then the arrow right here will be disappeared. So let's see. As you can see, it's not here. But we want it to be the initial view controller. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you are working with multiple view controllers, in this case, this is a really small project, but let's say if you have multiple view controllers, you want to add the class to it. You want to assign the class to it. This one, by default, is assigned to the view controller class, which is the one we have right here, and is the one that we're going to be manipulating. So the next thing to do is go to the library, and we're going to choose the label. Now that we have the label here, here is where the hello world will be displayed. Something really important to do as well is to work with constraints, which this will be another topic for another video. But for now, we're going to just click horizontally in container and vertically in container. We're going to add these two constraints and we'll be centered. Okay, now that we have our label on the view controller, then we're good to start working on some code. So in order to do this, we were going to press the key Option and then click on the trackpad. Of course, we will have to previously select view controller. So Option, trackpad, and that's it. Okay, and the reason why you want to have these two views is because it will be easier for us to connect all the buttons or labels or whatnot that we have in the view controller interface or the storyboard and connect it to the file. So right now, as you can see, we have the label and we're going to select it. But before we select it, we're going to press the Control key and take it all the way to the file right here. As you can see, we have it created, right? So the next thing to do is just assign a name to it. Let's say the name will be UI label, right? We're going to click connect, and the UI label is connected right now. Okay, now that we have the label connected to the view controller class, we're good to start manipulating it. So the first thing to do is just call the label, which is like this, and we're going to say that it's a text and we want to add something to it, right? So what we want to add to it is something like this. We're going to print the hello world. So now that we have everything like this, we are good to start the simulator. So we're going to click here and we're going to choose any of these devices. I don't have my iPhone connected, but you can choose any of the ones we have installed. I have the 15 Pro Max. So then we're going to click on the run button and I will start building the project. Once it's built, we have something like this. And as you can see, the project is running on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And yeah, here we go. We have the hello world. So that's it. And before I end this video, I would like to quote one of the greatest developers I've ever seen. And he used to say, if you can imagine it, you can program it. So happy coding.